What up, what up, what up, Unbreakable Kicks Army? Let's just start off with the positive, right? It's been a fantastic week, Army. I appreciate everybody who has been in every single live this week. I did a 3-hour live this morning. I did a 3-hour live yesterday. I did like a 2.5 hour the other day, man. It's been so much good content this week, Army, that even though today played, it's cards, I'm still forever grateful for just the participation, for the Army rocking with me this week, man. It's still been a fantastic week. Was able to get a dub on the catalyst via the shock drop. My year prices are dropping. My years are still dropping on the 23rd. So it's still looking good. Now, let's talk about today. First and foremost, shout out to everybody who got dubs. Shout out to everybody who got dubs, whether it's FLX, JD Sport, Finish Line, Jimmy Jazz, DTLR, Snipes, Shoe Palace, wherever you got a dub, Chic. Shout out to those who did get a dub. Now, let's just, rewind how the morning went. When it started good, coughing up a lot of phlegm. Boy, it's still not feeling the best right now, but I'm going to make sure that we get it busting for the Army. Now, we on live. Everybody feeling a certain type of way. Finally get stock numbers. Bam, stock numbers. I'm hearing like 80K pairs. You know what I'm saying? Stock numbers come out hot off the press. Over 300,000 men pairs on Sneakers app today. Oh, it's going down. Everybody getting dubs. Everybody happy. We speaking that positive life. Even though every time I say, Army, y'all got me on the record numerous times. Every time it's a decent amount of pairs, I don't ever get a dub. So me feeling that way I felt, I went into this morning like that. Hearing 300K pairs. It was about 40,000 pairs on Sneakers EU yesterday. Everybody feeling confident. Over 40-something thousand size 10s. Everybody feeling good. Man, get to the actual draw. Nobody could enter. And I'm like, man, look, we've had that happen before. It's not the first time that it hasn't happened where you couldn't enter the draw. Man, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait, let everybody try to enter. I ain't going to try to enter with everybody else because generally it glitches like that. Wifey comes up in here like, I can't log in. So I tried mine. I'm scrolling down because y'all got to remember the grade school pair is Leo. The grade school pair is not via the draw. So I scroll down, try to get in for the grade school. I'm having a couple issues. The first issue that I've seen is when it had me try to manually add my address. Now, when I see that, I generally log out and log back in or close the app, and come back into the app, so by the time I try to go for it, everything is populated like it should be. So my behind, bro, not even to mention the Wi-Fi was wacky this morning. Everything was just not looking good. Not to mention, man, so my behind winds up logging out of the Sneakers app. Wrong thing, Army. I now know that I have to learn this lesson on the biggest release. Why this couldn't happen on a Chrome 6s. You feel me? I log out, could not log back in. It's like 9:04. I still can't log into my Sneakers account right now. 2 hours later, I still can't log into my Sneakers account. But we going to get to that in a second. Every time we do the face recognition, it's saying invalid passcode. I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro? Like, for real. Now I'm starting to get a little bit, anxious. Like, man, I got 2 minutes left. The phone that I hit on the Travis Fraglows, that phone not working. I can't even get through with that. Wifey phone with the Face ID, that's not working. I tried the desktop. Once everything started going crazy, I instantly tried the desktop. That didn't work. I logged out, couldn't log back in. It was just crazy, Army. And literally, I got off the live 3 hours. So, literally 2 hours later, people were still waiting on dubs. Some people was getting dubs hour and a half later. Some people was getting L's hour and a half later. And I asked myself, I'm just like, self, would you be more upset if you got in and took an L? Or are you more upset that you couldn't get in? And I feel like I'm more upset that I couldn't get in just for the simple fact that this was a L that I couldn't control. Had I got in and I took an L, hey, bro, been there, done that. I ain't never been here before, though. I ain't never been in the fact that I tried to enter and I couldn't get a dub. Or I couldn't even enter to try to get a dub. You know what I'm saying? So, Army, this was the worst. This was worse than the mochas. this is worse than I don't know if this is worse than Concords in 2011, but this right here was just god awful. I mean, to think that Sneakers app is the #1 app to use to get shoes, they should have been prepared for this. And I was worried because when they did the shock drop on the Air Jordan 11 Cherries, I'm like, it's 155,000 people. That was when I last seen it. I'm just like, when it comes to these retro ones, it's going to be over 500,000 people up in here. And we got 300-something thousand pairs. But when you got more people than pairs, you already know that's a recipe for disaster. So, I don't know, y'all. Hands down, the worst release. A lot of people still got dubs, though. And so, I would say it's the worst release for the people who couldn't enter, and for the people who entered, and then an hour later, they got a delayed L. Or an hour and a half later, they got a delayed L. So, I don't know what to do. One thing I can say is I wanted Wifey's phone more than anything, because for some reason, Wifey's phone always, well, not always, because as of late, it ain't been that hot, but Wifey phone always get dubs. And a lot of members of the Army is like, Wifey hit, Wifey got my dub, Wifey got my dub. It was one member, I can't laugh, Army, because y'all know I'm going to start coughing. It was... It was one member of the Army who was just like, man, like, I got a dub, shoot, now I need to get married, you know, get a wifey so it can increase my chances of getting more dubs. Like, Wifey phone, for some reason, always get dubs. I don't know if it's because they don't have as much interaction as we do on the Sneakers app, but Wifey always get dubs, man. And I was getting some of the most random error messages. Bro, I'm even on Twitter right now, man. Even Complex is talking about Sneakers app really pulled a Ticketmaster right now. Can't even click the button to join a draw. It was terrible. It was bad. And like some of the error messages I was getting, like I even tried to make me change my passcode. They tried to make me change my passcode. And a member of the Army hit me up and he was just like, Break, if you log out during the drop, it won't let you log back in till after the drop is over. He like, I used to run bots. He say it's a form of bot protection. So anybody who logged out and tried to log back in, that's why we wasn't able to get back in, because Nike and Sneakers app thought that we were a bot. And that's why I told y'all, bro, every single time they try to put this bot protection into place, it hurts the average consumer. And not even to mention, I heard that Sneakers app was getting crazy bodied. Like, how's y'all sitting here trying to do bot protection and y'all getting dumb bodied, bro? Like, I feel like Sneakers app was Gucci on the bots until like people started trying to do all this bot protection, bro. Army, I can't call it. I can't call it, man. I still can't get into my Sneakers account over 2 hours later. Over 2 hours later, and I still can't get in. I got the we've encountered a problem. Please try again later. That's been going on for 2 hours. Then after I got past that, they sent me a code to change my passcode. Like, I don't know, Army. Biggest release of the year? Worst drops ever, bro. From in-store raffles to Sneakers app to JD Sport. This definitely been one. But, Army, a lot of people are like, oh, Break, you got a personal. I do got a personal, and I'm gracious for that personal. But y'all see what's been going on, bro. Like, this Chicago one, I told y'all. 2015, Mugs cannot get their hands on these. Mugs couldn't get their hands on the Off-White Chicagos. They couldn't get their hands on the Spider-Man Chicagos. They couldn't get their hands on Chicagos. This is the first wild release Chicago release. Mugs want these. They want them. They want them for the toe. Some won't double up. Some gonna put some pairs on ice. Like, this is the shoe of the year. If today doesn't show us why this is the shoe of the year, I don't know what else to tell y'all. But I got a feeling, yo. I got a feeling because Nike seen how terrible this release was. And I got a feeling that something is going to come after this. I'm going to talk about that in my video tomorrow. What I think is the next step for Nike as far as today's release, man. But Army, be safe. I heard that they were doing some first come, first serves. Something that I never would have imagined a store doing on a hype release like this. So be safe. We had a couple members of the Army who was already in line while we were on live saying, you know, Foot Locker had a lot of lines. JD Sport had a lot of lines. Finish Line had a lot of lines. So make sure y'all are being safe out there. Come home to your family. It's a pair of shoes. Come home to your families. That's always the #1 goal when you leave the crib. prices right now ain't like skyrocketing. You know, when we were on live, a couple people saying like the price had jumped up about $100 from yesterday of StockX and GOAT. That's another thing I want to say. I ain't trying to be funny, but please be prepared for a lot of these orders to be canceled. Like, okay, they going up. Size 11 lowest ask right now is like $434. But don't like, if you put in an order yesterday, if you put in an order today, and them prices continue to go up, don't expect mugs to ship out these shoes. Cause those orders that was taken like either yesterday or 2 days ago, those are probably like JD Sport winners, DTLR winners, raffle winners, you know, who probably picking up their pairs today. If they sold them to you for $350, they saying that the price is $459. Most people do not honor those prices now. They don't. So if y'all start getting cancellations, there was a couple people in the chat that was talking about cancellations. Oh, speaking of Army, gee, I don't know how I almost forgot this one. To even freaking start the morning off, we was getting I was seeing some mad, crazy stuff on Twitter. Let's peep it right here, Army. So it was a message from a finish line. Now, I'm assuming that this message went out yesterday because it says today at 7:16 p.m. And some of the grammar was a little bit off on these, Army, but let's read it right quick. It says, "Hello, loyal customers. I'm writing this email to sadly inform you that we do not have your pair of lost and found Jordan 1s that you recently won on our app. The former store manager of this location quit abruptly and half of our inventory is now missing for the upcoming release. We just wanted to send this email out that way you all are aware. Once again, we do not have your size in the lost and found. If you have any questions, feel free to call customer service. They got the number. Or you can call the store anytime between 11 and 7. Once again, we are very sorry." So let me ask this question right quick. So you mean to tell me that the manager, let's look at this. If this was yesterday, from open to close, this is 7:16 they sent this message out. So you mean to tell me during a regular business day, the manager quit and took half of the stock during the regular business day? So this ain't happened 2 days ago. This ain't happened 3 days. This happened last night, according to this time. Manager quit, took all the stock. Make it make sense, y'all. That's one wacky one. The second one was, said, "You are a winner of the Air Jordan 1 Chicago's. We are emailing in regards to our shipment being delayed," which is, not too far-fetched. "Depending on when they leave the warehouse, they could potentially arrive in order for you to pick up after 2 p.m. tomorrow. If not, we will reach out with the further pickup time details at noon tomorrow." I don't like that either. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like that either. Y'all better call me for my pair, bro. Y'all better call me for my pair, bro. Like, for real, why is all this random stuff happening the day before the shoes drop? Make it make sense, Army. I'm big on timing. Certain things are coincidence. Certain things ain't a coincidence. So for these two things to pop off like that, man, it's been wacky. This was a wacky release, Army. So y'all let me know how y'all day went for the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Founds. Did y'all get a dub? Was y'all able to enter? Did y'all enter and it was an hour and a half delayed L, hour and a half delayed W? Talk to your boy in the comment section below, Army. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. We still got 3 big more releases for the month of November. We ain't done. More lives coming. Smash that notification bell. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smash that thumbs up as well. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And other than that, you got your boy Unbreakable. You got the Unbreakable vote. Unbreakable Army stands strong like always. Most importantly, hug your loved ones and, of course, remain humble. And we out.
I hit Unbreakable for the uses. He the plug, call him when I need him. These old's tough, but he get amusing. Yours old, him first season. The most beefy, looking like 2 laps. 2 less, cause your ass taking nail.